you think that Nas's performance lyrically on Illmatic is better or greater than his performance lyrically on It Was Written?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So in the world of hip-hop, the latest rumor centers on a potential album from none other than Jay-Z. According to an anonymous tip, a private event hosted by Rock Nation in New York recently saw guests speculating that Hov is preparing to drop new music, including a diss track. There's also claimed to have attended the exclusive karaoke event, stated, "Word on the street, Hov got a new album coming up, including a diss song." However, it's important to note that these claims are still unverified, leaving fans to wonder whether this is just another baseless rumor or a hint at something more. If true, it would mark Jay-Z's first album since 444, which was released back in 2017.
Did what?
All right, it's Monday. I want to have fun. I don't care about this Doja Cat shit.
Best run. This best hip hop run. All right.
Okay.
Nas, 94 to 96.
Which is his first two albums.
Yep.
Stops right there.
DMX.
No, it don't.
No, it don't. Keep listening.
No, it don't.
DMX, 98 to 2000.
Amazing. I'm waiting to hear 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
That's my answer.
03 to 05.
That's my answer.
Or Hov, 99 to 01.
50.
It's between 50 and X for sure.
50 and DMX.
I'm leaning towards X
Nas.
though. I don't know.
It depends on who you ask. It depends on what run is in what quality of music. What are we talking about?
Takeover
when we
type
say
shit.
run.
That's a good question.
Y'all don't put Eminem. We not putting Eminem.
We talking about
No,
black
we're
people.
not.
I'm talking about these
black
four.
people.
Why are we talking about black people?
Because.
No, I just said that.
Oh, all right.
I mean,
Why
It
not?
depends on who you ask.
Shit.
it
depends on what I think run your means. audience
And don't
matters.
stop, Freeze, if you want to talk about black people.
I think your audience matters, and I think what y'all describing as hot, because it's really, really, really hard. It's damn near impossible for you to just unequivocally say that there are two better hip hop albums back to back than It Was Written and Illmatic.
I'm not even a huge Illmatic fan, but I agree with that.
It's
like
hard.
I say, if Nas, thank God it didn't happen, but if Nas passed after it was written, he's the
Nobody
greatest
would
rapper
ever
ever. You
think
wouldn't
about
even,
putting
it wouldn't be a
somebody in
conversation.
his category.
What does that mean? You're not a huge Illmatic guy. Like when you say that, what do you mean?
I'm not a fan of that album too much. It Was Written was a much better album to me.
But you still think it's a dope album, though?
It's cool. I don't. It's not. That's.
What happened, Mark?
I'm not gonna clown you for your.
No, I don't.
shit.
I'm used to being clowned for my takes. That's not an album that. It's a hard listen for me.
Why?
It's not a hard listen.
Listen.
Yes, it is.
That might be generational, actually.
But I want to
relate to
understand it.
anything. It's not. I like. You know what it is? It's. There's no. I've come to accept. I am a more commercial fan.
So none of that stuff was relevant, right?
I'm not saying necessarily.
I'm not trying to be funny.
I'm not saying not even that. Just the sound. It was a very gritty, hard. It wasn't clean. It wasn't.
You like Reasonable Doubt?
Not as my favorite. Not as my favorite Hov album. I mean, I do like shit on there though.
1 to 10. Reasonable Doubt. 6,
7.
What year is Illmatic? It's 94.
94.
Were you a fan of hip hop around that time?
Yes, I was.
I figured Freeze out, and not figured it out because I probably knew this already. Freeze is just not a fan of New York shit.
No, but I like certain New York shit. I like Capone and Noriega.
I'm not gonna say
I'm
that.
a big CNN fan. I like the Locks. I don't like the
Loves 50.
I love 50.
me
I
too.
love Nicki. Like there's New York. I love LL Cool J. I love certain New York rappers. I'm just not a fan of.
Energy. That's what he likes.
I don't.
And I feel like Nas was like.
You like Dipset?
I feel
Love
like,
Dipset. Love Dipset.
I feel like Nas had like a little intelligence with it. I'm gonna say this. I was
stupid?
not
Was
at
it
all.
tricky words on there or something?
Not at all. But
Tricky
what we
lyrics.
have, what we have in common is we do like ignorant shit. We like the Pooh Shiesties and the real
Yeah,
quick
but that's
to the
after. I'm
point.
not even talking about up to that point yet.
But
Okay, let me just make my own point then.
In the same vein,
I like that too.
Like, but that's what I'm saying to you. So with me, like, because first I was with you, because I'm not gonna say that. I would never say it's a hard listen, no. And there's songs on both albums that I know that are like very important to me, but I'm not necessarily like a Nas fan, and I'm not a Nas album front to back. I'm just not. Now, for me, I'm not. I mean, but I still can appreciate the music, and it's still it's still bangers on there that I know that were important to me. And y'all got to think when them albums came out, I'm 7 and 8, right? But my first album I learned back to back, it came out when I was like 8 or 9, was Ready to Die. That's what I liked. And
What do you think? What do you think of Ready to Die?
I love Ready to Die. Absolutely love it.
I think
Like,
you
I
like
love
more melodic shit.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I'm
what
saying.
it is.
When I say the sound, that's why when we had the talks about like the boom bap type of shit.
Yeah.
That I can't listen to that. It's just hard. It's
And
not
to me,
enjoyable.
Nas is on the way to
hip-hop.
boom
Lyrics could
bap.
be,
Like
I
he's
don't-
not.
I like more melodic. I like.
Yeah, I'm
more
not judging it. I mean,
sounding
it's
hip-hop.
it's surprising to me.
That's all.
But I get.
It's not surprising.
I know a lot of people.
You sit there with your little judgy faces. So
I get judged all
It's
the
more
time.
surprise
I'm
face.
so
Like
used to this.
I know a lot of people who, when they're honest and they're not around people who they think they want to impress, they say they prefer it was written to Illmatic. I hear that a lot from people.
Me too.
I just don't see it that way. To me, Illmatic is a masterpiece, production wise, lyrically, and for me, the context is also important. Like it was innovation. You know what I mean? Like Nas was introducing a new generation, a new level of lyricism, and it was, you know what I mean. To me, when I think about modern lyricists, Nas is like the standard bearer. You know what I mean? I think of Rakim is like the grandfather of that, but that next generation for me is Nas because that's when I came of age.
And real quick, that's why I would never shit on Illmatic.
Yeah.
Like just me, and people always take that the wrong way.
Yeah.
When I say I'm just not I'm not saying it's a bad album.
But
when I go to listen to shit,
I can't listen to Life's a Bitch or One Love and not think of this as like this.
Okay, so let me ask you this now to the Illmatic people. I'm not asking Parts because I think I know some of his opinions on this.
yeah, like I know these songs.
You think that Nas's performance lyrically on Illmatic is better or greater than his performance lyrically on It Was Written?
might be more important.
That's my question.
That's it. You use the word. You say
Lyrically.
Is it lyrically better?
Or greater?
It's greater.
His lyrical performance only.
It's greater. I
On
won't say it's
Illmatic.
better, but it's greater.
On Illmatic.
On Illmatic for
Impact
sure.
and importance.
Because impact and time it matters.
I think they're about the same.
It's about the same to me.
I don't think that. I don't think.
No,
Yeah, but I think
it's about the same.
Illmatic was a bigger intervention. Like that's what I'm saying. That's what I say. Like I don't think it's better.
Yeah,
I
okay.
just think it's greater.
Did y'all
Yo, dog, y'all know how I feel about Nas.
y'all see Children's Story just went platinum, by the way?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Children's Story just went platinum.
The
Yes,
single.
it worked.
I can't hear.
I can't hear what you're
Children's
saying.
Story.
either.
Children's story. Oh, they gotta
The
stop.
single.
Yes.
The single.
Yeah, the song.
They gotta stop.
Just went platinum.
That's bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate. I just was saying I can relate to you on a Nas thing. That was first because Nas is one of my albums you're supposed to be like, yeah, you know, just how people do with Hove. I never was a Hove fan for years. You know, I figured I was a Hove fan. I was in the halfway, I was coming out of jail, and somebody gave me an iPad with all Jay-Z, and I knew all of it. And then I was like, well, damn, maybe I do like
Maybe I do
this.
fuck with him,
And
yeah.
then I kind of revisited because I think I didn't like him as a person versus the music, you know. But me, I know what I like. My favorite music is rap. I like harder things. I like violent music. If you 8, 9, and my mother's buying me a Ready to Die album and allowing me to listen to that, he's talking about robbery, he's talking about suicide, he's talking about all these things. I just didn't have that relationship with Nas. I never did. Was always thought he was the sexiest, always madly in love with him. Always appreciate his lyricism and his certain songs that You're a Big Girl Now. That Stylistics remake Nas got. A lot of
You
people act like
related
they
to
don't
that.
know what that is. One of my favorite Nas songs ever. It's an important song. What'd you say? What did you just say? What did you just say?
I said you related to it.
Oh, right. Yeah. No. Well, nigga, it's an important song and I like it. But it's just not that for me. But this one I want to go back to the original question: who had the best run? When you say that,
Yeah.
I think of Takeover. Like when 50 Cent came out and all that.
Ain't
I'm in
nothing
high school.
fucking with
G Unit
that,
was
bro.
everything to niggas. People changed the way they clothes. People
Nigga.
changed the way they walk. People changed the way they talk.
Fam.
So honestly, the answer would be 50. But DMX was just so important to me. That run is important too. Niggas went and got dirt bikes.
Yo,
okay?
when you saying run, niggas' grandmothers knew who 50 Cent was. Like,
Yes.
it's levels.
Yo, I think DMX did.
But
that.
they was different.
My grandma was a Joe
DMX
Budden
changed
fan.
the landscape of how niggas was doing music.
Bro, I think
I'm talking
and
about
the gritty
run
shit.
and not just
Two
talking
number one
about how
albums
good
is
an
crazy,
album
too.
in the same year.
Yeah, I mean that's
amazing.
That's a certain kind of run. 50 had the streets in a way that I've never
It
seen
wasn't
before.
just the streets.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So why you think DMX was just the
DMX wasn't
street?
just the streets.
I
Right.
didn't say that. He said 50 had the streets, and I'm saying it wasn't just the streets.
And then y'all got to think about the things that they produced. Like Nas came with the Firm, right, and all that other stuff. And then DMX was Rough Riders. Rough Riders was
I'm gonna say
huge.
this. I'm gonna say this.
Rough Riders was huge.
50 Cent didn't have the competition that DMX had.
That's a point.
That's an interesting point.
Hip hop
That's
was
a
in a different
point.
space in 1997, 1998, 1999.
He didn't have it
But
to
he
be
did.
crushes.
When 50
Or did he not
started,
have
it
it
went
to
at
be
all of them
crushes?
niggas. 99.
Ish, did he not have competition, or did
I'm
he
just
crush
saying, that's
his
what even put him
competition?
on the radar.
No, it wasn't a lot of competition outside.
But
What DMX had to Mace was outside, bro.
Mace was outside when?
When DMX was hot.
So was Hov.
Double Up was what? I mean, not Double Up. What's
Harlem
it?
World,
98
Harlem
too,
World.
right?
Like,
I
yo,
don't know,
Mace was
97.
outside, Deluxe was
DMX
outside.
changed the whole temperature
Clue
of
Tapes was
how niggas.
outside, bro. 50 Cent did not
Wu-Tang
have
was
to
outside.
contend. Yes.
No Limit and then was outside.
Yes, 50 Cent didn't have to contend with
DMX
that.
changed a
You
lot.
might
The
got a
hottest
point.
nigga out when 50 Cent was dropping was Ja Rule.
And he crushed that nigga.
And because Murder Inc. went on trial and all that other shit,
True.
Ja Rule and them niggas had to kind of go into hiding for a little while. Jay-Z was always Jay-Z, but Jay-Z was never the hottest rapper. Jay-Z's been the most consistent rapper putting out quality of product. But when DMX was outside, bro, it was Busta Rhymes was outside. Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See was 1997, bro.
Eminem was outside.
Like shit was different when DMX
Eminem
was
was
running
outside.
around. DMX had white people crying at Woodstock.
And he was working with all them niggas too.
Like,
It wasn't
yo,
he had to
DMX
separate
is different, bro.
He worked with every
trying
one
to
of them
take
niggas.
their heads off.
And take,
DMX was outside.
I don't
bro.
know. You might have it there. I already felt like you have it though, because also I feel like when you compare, because in my opinion, it's only Rough Riders or, in my opinion, or Junior, right? When you compare it to me, there are things that G.U. and them had that Rough Riders didn't, but it's nothing that Rough Riders had that G.U. didn't, including the streets and shit. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Rough Riders, the real street niggas fucked with it, like it was a thing, but so was G-Unit, right?
They had Eve. It's just different.
Rough Riders had Eve
different
and
time, bro.
50 had It's Never Been a Girl, huh?
Olivia, but I don't count.
Olivia, yeah.
I don't count.
I mean, Rough Riders had
I'm not
Eve, but
even-
like, come on, bro.
Okay. Nah, that shit was different, bro.
I'm gonna give it to 50. I think that's a great point.
That
Just off of
G-Unit-
what you
that
said, I think
G-Unit
50.
run
That's right.
was
I do not want to keep hitting it.
Something I don't think we'd see like in that sense. That shit it was quick and it was everywhere. And it wasn't just music. That nigga went to clothes, had people wearing that shit, and them niggas went and dropped the movie and video games. Like they went crazy with it in a very short amount of time.
G-Unit had a movie?
See, I didn't know that.
I ain't know the movie.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
He was a movie
He
star.
was a movie
DMX
star.
He was.
I don't know. I'm a huge
It's
DMX
hard-
fan.
it's
I cried
hard
for
to
5
contend-
days with DMX.
Bro,
I literally cried for
it's
5
hard to
days.
contend with X and them niggas was doing. And again, they was doing that shit at a time where competition was thick, bro. Competition was thick, my nigga.
I mean, I know y'all
50
don't-
Cent didn't
See,
have
that's-
the level of
Nah,
competition.
that's
That's
a
not
point.
true. New York competition was thick for DMX. 50 had competition that he had to deal with.
Like
niggas.
who?
Yo, you talking about 03? That's what's that? 03 is.
And let me tell you what 50 Cent,
The Locks.
Let me tell you what 50 Cent also had the benefit of. He had immediate bi-coastal exposure. He didn't have to work his way from East Coast all the way west. Before 50 Cent album dropped, that nigga did the same interview 1,000 times in front of MTV, BET. That nigga was on white stream media talking about his whole I got shot 9 times,
Yeah.
open the door, my mother got He had a fucking a marketing plan that was rolled out for him like it was Mission Impossible
I mean,
10.
go with the
Prior to all
Question,
that.
question. Am I tripping? State Property and G-Unit never were competition to each other? They never at the same time? Am I tripping?
No.
Nah, y'all
What the
y'all
fuck?
getting carried away now.
No.
I can't remember.
Like,
Competition is a strong word.
No,
Yeah.
no, they weren't. They wasn't.
So but it is the same time, but it just wasn't the same amount of
They
skill.
were peers. They just weren't competing.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah,
Oh, what's
yeah,
funny?
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
No.
I'm asking.
They think we was some Philly shit like we think State Property was bigger than
Nah,
it was.
it's not. I was just asking.
Yo, DMX was a rock star, bro.
He was.
Yes.
He was.
Like what?
I'm not
Nigga, go on stage, cry, pray, smoke crack in the back, come back out. Come on.
Yeah, you can't
You
be.
guys,
And he
I don't
started.
think there's a wrong answer.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just wanted to get
You ain't give your
Y'all are
opinion.
just, huh?
You ain't give your opinion.
Because I don't think it's a wrong.
I'm just saying,
So
what's your opinion?
What's your opinion on?
What's your favorite?
What were the choices again? 50?
Nas 94 to 96,
DMX
X,
98 to
97,
2000.
98, and
Jay.
J 99 to 01.
I don't think anybody
What
would
was the
say
X
Jay.
years?
98 to 2000.
Damn, I miss DMX.
I don't think
It's
anybody would
Nas.
say Jay.
And
think
Nas
it's
94 96. Say Nas.
94
And what's
to
the run?
96.
And what's the definition of run for you, Joe? What does run
That's
mean?
so important to me because my answer is dependent on that.
I agree. It's for
I
me. No
really-
matter what
I
the
need
question
somebody
is,
to define what we mean by run. Are we just talking albums?
I'm just talking about music.
Yeah,
if we
I'm
just talking music,
I-
then I gotta go Nas.
Nas was the golden boy.
Gotta go
in hip-hop
Nas.
in the,
You have to go Nas.
In the mid 90s, bro. Nas was on every single rap album that came out.
Man, I'm taking
You had to
DMX.
say Nas because that's the run that. Well, DMX's run changed hip hop, and all of their
Yeah,
run
it's
changed. But
DMX.
Nas' run happened first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
We
of
might
these
not
runs
get the rest
changed
of them
hip-hop,
without Nas,
But
like-
Nas's run
But
happened.
I feel like
first.
Nas's run fell in line with where hip hop was sitting at the
true.
moment.
I agree with that.
DMX run is different because DMX came in and
Changed
shiny
it.
suit shit, all that. We changing all
Nas
that
didn't
tempo up.
necessarily
We
change
getting
it.
gritty again.
Yeah.
He made real gritty
I'm just,
shit.
that's what I mean. If you line up Nas to me isn't too off from what people wanted to hear at that moment in '94.
I disagree, but it's fine.
Me
All
too.
right, when Nas came out,
I mean, it's coming off of fucking Hammer and Vanilla Ice and all that shit. Right at the Nas, I mean, if we're talking about the full real Illmatic run, which started really more like '93, that's coming right up all that shit, all that
I mean,
fucking even Drez and all that shit. Like the more,
That's a good point.
I don't know how to describe it
Halftime was on
without.
Zebra Hit '93.
I thought we were leaving the white
Yo,
side.
y'all
of
got to
the-
stop talking over each other.
Okay, well, I thought we were leaving the white side of this conversation, so I wasn't really
wasn't
considering
joking when I said
that.
I wasn't really considering
Okay,
that
well,
into
fuck,
the thing.
fuck
So,
Vanilla Ice. We can still talk about Hammer. We can talk about any of the whole sound.
NWA, just that
The whole
whole
East Coast
91, 92 run. Fucking, I think Wu-Tang is in there, but
That's Dre the Chronic.
not 50 for a few reasons I look at differently. One, all of these other people helped create the label. 50's at Interscope, which by the time he's there is the biggest, the best, with the most money,
Point.
with the most reach, with the most everything. I'm an artist, so I look at that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Also, he signed to M and Dre.
and that's what I
He's
said.
ushered in by them.
And that's what
M
I
is
said.
still on a run at the time too.
M is still M, Dre is still Dre, and you get so when you start talking about hot, like if Nas started as a little chip tooth nigga from Queens, so for him to get to LA to where people are recognizing him, he worked across the country. 50 Cent immediately came out in LA and New York.
no,
That's not true.
that's not
That's
true.
not true.
That's
I didn't
disrespectful.
finish my sentence.
That's just all right. Go ahead.
I didn't finish my sentence.
Finish.
A lot of people in other states don't know 50 Cent had a mixtape run like niggas in New York do.
But that's what
Let me
but
finish.
that's what got him to the desk of a Dr. Dre.
I know,
to get
and it's
that.
a lot of niggas that heard Wanksta and heard
Rob?
no, Wanksta and
In the club?
what was this in the club before they ever knew about a 50 Cent mixtape.
That's a fact.
So their awareness of 50 Cent came from that.
I agree.
Okay.
So what I'm telling you is when you start measuring hotness, it's kind of unfair because he was immediately released to
By
the
the
world
biggest
by
niggas.
the biggest niggas in hip hop at that time.
Literally.
And he don't have
Okay,
to,
so-
and he don't have to go against who at the time is the biggest person because he signed to him.
So to
In
your
all
point,
of the other stories, let me just get this out.
Yeah,
Y'all can talk
yeah.
without me. Like in the X story, that story creates Irv Gotti. In the Hove story, that story creates Dame Dash. In the Nas story, Nas I just look at different because that was all the dopest music minds in New York saying this is the best rapper.
This the kid.
Let's
He's
get
the
him
guy.
in the studio.
True.
Let's give him the best beats and let's see what happens. So that's just I just look at them differently. But I'm gonna go Nas because Illmatic and It Was Written.
Tough.
Two masterpieces.
What you want? What you
And if you
want?
want to talk about longevity,
It's crazy. Nobody, Hov had no dog in this fight in here. Nobody.
Because you said 99.
99. It's because
99 threw me off with Hov.
Yeah.
So it's tough for Hov because 98 is important because of Hard Knock Life, and then 2000 obviously his Blueprint year. He
No,
lost the
01.
That was
01, excuse me.
01,
01.
Now, if you would have said 01 into the Black Album,
right.
But no,
But that's
then
tough because he lost the battle. So
I don't give a fuck. That's his retirement album.
yeah.
That was an important
I
album.
don't care about no
That
battle.
was
Yeah,
I'm
but he-
retired.
So what were the years
He
for
got
Hov
that middle
again?
one though. He got that middle album that ain't really.
yeah, the
That's what he
volume
needs
one
to
was
do.
ass.
Kingdom Come.
no, Blueprint 2.
Blueprint 2.
Blueprint
No,
2.
Blueprint 2 was the good one. That's Hard Knock Life.
No, that's
that's volume.
That's
two.
volume 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking volume.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
apologize.
Blueprint
Blueprint 2 was the
one.
double
I
disc.
remember.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
The
thinking
double
Hard
disc
Knock.
joint is what kind of fucked up the
remember.
run.
Yeah, I think
And I like
Blueprint 2
that
was not
album.
good.
But
just too
I like
much.
2.1.
If you
I like
take-
when he combined them and shrunk it.
Yeah, if you take some of the joints from the second
2.1.
disc and yeah.
He made
it was
2.1.
too long, and I think
Perfect
he
album.
rushed it. But fam, you couldn't walk outside and not hear Jay-Z on the radio.
But that's why my 40s,
Neither way.
like being this age is great. Y'all naming the best runs ever in hip hop.
I was around for all.
So-
of it.
And real quick, you got to throw Drake in there if you're talking runs.
But that's what I'm about to say. Like I was around for Kanye's run,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drake's run,
Wayne.
Jeezy, Wayne.
It's some runs.
Wayne
Like
run
there's
was
other
crazy.
runs where you was just outside and maybe were able to bear witness to this stuff. Like y'all named the greats, But there's a lot of really, really, really good runs.
It is.
Wayne.
And
I was there for the
That was
Nelly
crazy.
run when he hit.
And it depends on how you was
Ja
out
Rule even
moving
shit.
outside.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Wayne's
How you
mixtape
was
run
moving
was
outside
like
mattered.
amazing. Like
because
I
the
would do it
music
again if
gonna
I could.
resonate different.
Yo, the fact that they didn't bring up Wayne in that Wayne's run, when that lollipop dropped from that moment forward, all we did was get nothing but Wayne.
Well, the
hits.
problem is a lot of times when people start saying what's the greatest in all of this, they have to automatically tie it to New York. You think that's a New York list?
Yeah,
And that's where a lot of people say, "Oh, the New York bias," is
That's-
because
that's for sure.
you will name these "quote unquote" greatest runs and make it only New York acts, only this time frame when hip hop is much bigger than that. And there are some
It's a
acts
fact.
that might
Bias,
should
bias.
belong.
Because I can
New
throw,
York
because I can throw
started
Ice, I could throw Ice Cube in the mix and make a hell of an argument.
No, you can't.
Nah.
If it wasn't no Ice Cube, it would be no
Shit.
Beanie Siegel.
Y'all
Ice
cra-
Cube is a fucking legend. He
And
can
I'm
rap his
listening-
ass off.
I love Ice. He in my top.
I do too. And
America's Most and the Death Certificate.
Death
I don't know
Certificate
what
is a
y'all
different
talking
type.
about.
Like there would be no Beanie Siegel if it wasn't for
Coming-
Ice Cube.
Predator
Ice Cube
too.
could rap his ass
Coming
off.
off of
But
NWA.
but no, the two were
The two
Death
joints is solo
Certificate
joints is
and
American.
I'm saying Ice Cube there was a moment where Ice Cube was considered the best.
Yes, it
Oh
was.
God,
Yes,
yes,
the
and
best,
people
yeah.
still arguably say he's one of the best lyricists from the West Coast.
Again, we took-
He's him, yeah.
You heard what you just said?
What's that?
Me?
From
What?
the West Coast.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
a
problem.
lot
But there was a
of
moment where the West Coast
people-
was
a lot of
mad.
people in the East Coast don't consider
They wouldn't
Ice
consider
Cube
him.
to be
Scarface won't
one of
consider
those.
him.
But it's the thing: the people on the East Coast that don't consider it is just ignorance because you don't know. If you were tapped in and you heard it, there's not many people that heard that shit and didn't think that he was him. And the reason why the West Coast thing stands out is because, and also the reason why the lists are always going to be based in New York because they started it. Period. Historians are always hip hop is born in New York City. That's it.
true.
So,
But
and a lot of the greats are born in New York City. So it's going to always be the epicenter. New York City is the epicenter of
And-
hip hop, in
and-
my opinion.
see, that's
Does
why I
that
always
mean
disagree with that.
it's not cities all over the country that have huge hits? Look at Philadelphia. Philadelphia is an extremely musical city, especially on the rap side, the R&B side, soul side. But it's always going to be the lead, especially when you talk about lyricism. So with West Coast niggas, when we hear it,
gotta let go of
we're
that.
not necessarily. We might have to let go of it, but that's what it is.
They don't
But
let go of it.
I said we might have to let go of it, but that's just what it is for right now. I mean,
not-
that's
it
what's
shouldn't-
going
it
on.
shouldn't even be that right now. I don't
But
think it's-
back then, I don't think that when people listen to the West Coast people, they expected for people to be
think-
real lyrical, and Ice Cube
Can we do
always
this?
was.
Can we-
After
can we-
03, maybe 04, at least 05, a different conversation should start to happen. You can't just base the best and greatest at New York once
I
we hit
agree.
05.
Conversation
I agree, but
did
that don't
start
mean
to
it
happen.
changed.
No. The conversation needs to happen when we start talking about runs. Let's just forget the album run. Just as far as who was shaping the sound of hip hop at a certain point, that run.
Kanye is high on that
We
list.
sound old as hell.
We are.
And we sitting here resubmitting people that.
I mean, but
These people-
that's a part of it. I mean, this old as hell conversation that
Yeah, but it don't have to be. Like, we could start the week with something that don't make us so old. The gambling shit is still on fire. The gambling shit is still on fire. Everybody we naming is cemented. There's no wrong answer.
Nah, that shit, you're right. That should just be getting, like, I just hate when I see these things and people just act like it has to be New York only. Like, that shit just, for some reason,
That's what I was thinking
it's
too.
so close-minded to me. And that should be annoying sometimes because it's like, yo, my nigga, hip-hop, yes, it started in New York, but that shit has grown to be a worldwide phenomenon. It's not just New York no more. And there's motherfuckers in other parts of the country and world that are doing this shit and have been doing this shit. And
it hasn't been just New York for quite some time.
yeah.
For a very long time.
But the New York niggas don't want to let that go. It's like the old nigga talking about, yo, my day, youngin' in the park. We don't care. You come out like,
Yeah, y'all from
the
New
game
York?
changed.
Yeah, look, he's saying we. Let me ask you a question. I think, and Ice stands on this a lot, right? I think that people know what they know. So a lot of people that stand on New York hip hop,
That's all they know.
they didn't leave New York. You lived here, but admittedly to you, you were chasing other sounds.
Not chasing. That's what stuck out to me. I didn't chase them sounds. Be clear. I didn't chase. I'm watching television, hearing, again, more melodic, G-Funk era, shit like this. And I'm like, oh, this is fire. What's that? This don't sound like what I keep hearing. What is that? So it's not a chase. It's just something else stands out.
All right, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Mia X wasn't on TV here.
She was a little bit.
Yes, she was.
Rap City used to play
Well, go
a
ahead.
lot.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I
Not
get
a
where you
lot.
going. I get where you
Mia
going.
X wasn't on TV here. Fiend wasn't on TV here.
Okay, right. Both of them had verses on "Make 'Em Say that people know if you know the whole song. But go ahead.
Make 'Em Say wasn't wider here than the Infamous was.
Dog. The infamous. No, you're wrong. You're saying
my dear brothers.
Here.
Why don't we move to?
All right,
because we're not going to.
Yeah, we ain't got to keep doing that.
Here's the thing. So Chauncey Billups. Did y'all hear his lawyer statement?
No, please.
This is important, I think, because we talked about Chauncey on the Saturday pod, and says he didn't do it. And so his lawyer said, anybody who knows Chauncey Billups knows he is a man of integrity. Men of integrity do not cheat and defraud others. To believe that Chauncey did what the government is accusing him of doing is to believe that he would risk his Hall of Fame legacy, his reputation, and his freedom. He would not jeopardize those things for anything, let alone a card game. Furthermore, Chauncey Billups has never and would never gamble on basketball games, provide insider information, or sacrifice the trust of his team and the league as it would tarnish the game he has devoted his entire life to. Chauncey has never backed down. He does not plan to do so now. He'll fight the allegations with the same tenacity that marked his 28-year career. We look forward to our day in court. You believe him?
Yes.
I love how they call it a card game.
Yes.
Like that's all some card game.
Like just playing spades.
Yeah,
Like, get the fuck
I
out
like
of here.
I believe him.
And I like that lawyer statement.
Me too.
I do too. I think it's a
How
great
old is
statement.
that man, Chauncey?
Chauncey's about ish age probably. Let me see.
Got phones.
Nah, he ain't far off. Cause he went to University of Colorado.
He's
that
49.
Far. He's not that far off.
How old are you?
He was in college. I'm 49.
Oh, okay, so
Asshole. Yo, go ahead.
So Chauncey is in an interesting position right now because he may be carrying the weight for a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's innocent or guilty. Now I suspect he got caught up in some dumb shit. Like he's a patsy. You know what I mean? But somebody did it, and somebody's going to tell.
But this the thing. Just because you was a part of what was taking place, that don't mean you did it. So when we start saying niggas are guilty of something, when you start looking at guilt, you got to point to the niggas that had the x-ray tables. You got to point to the niggas that had the glasses. You got to point to the people that was communicating at the card games to do all that stuff.
Right.
Now, we could be all present at a card game gambling. We don't know that these niggas got all this technological shit.
That's what he might be the patsy. He might have just been telling people to come to the game, but thinking it's on the up and up.
Before we even do that, do we know exactly what he's charged with?
No.
Because that's important.
That matters.
You saying speaking to guilt.
Yeah.
We don't know what they charged him with. That he might be guilty of.
And this is the problem. When you start getting tried in the court of public opinion, whatever charges are floating out, they're gonna throw those charges on you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And so now it's, these niggas was running a gambling ring, or these niggas was betting on games and all of that other shit. Chauncey Billups might get charged with gambling.
He's been charged. I'm gonna pull up his charges. I believe it's rigging an illegal poker game, but
they saying now he throwing basketball games. You get what I'm saying? Because again, when you start getting brought into public spectacle and public opinion, fam, that shit be unfair a lot of times.
True.
So I know niggas that know him personally, street niggas, and say, yo, he's a stand-up nigga. So I'm gonna go by their opinion.
I don't know if that's gonna help in court.
there's some new information that's come up since we've started this pod.
Okay, let's hear it.
Chauncey Billups appears to be an unnamed co-conspirator identified in an indictment as telling another man that the team planned to intentionally lose the 2023 game against the Chicago Bulls. He's not charged in that case. The man and others then allegedly bet about $100,000 that the Trailblazers would lose. Details of the unidentified leaker in the indictment match the years Billups played in the league and when he began to coach. They didn't say his name. They just said there's a guy who coaches a team who used to play in the league. I mean, ain't that hard to prove. He's also charged with participating in a scheme with the mafia to swindle players out of the card game. That's what his official charges are rigging an illegal poker game. So it's illegal gambling.
His official charges are conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering.
Yeah.
Those are the actual charges.
Right.
So once you start throwing that conspiracy word around,
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to beat.
yeah.
And damn near anything that you do with regards to money is going to tie back to wire fraud or bank fraud.
Yeah.
Damn near anything you do in a financial space is going to tie into one of those two things. And so, and the penalties be hefty.
Yeah.
Penalties be really hefty.
I think the league is going to have to get in front of this soon. I think they're going to find somebody to die on this cross and make it seem like there's one person that did everything.
Lone wolf type shit.
Yep, that's the best thing.
This shit
Because the league
is
tried to
much.
cover this before. When they cleared Terry Rozier of all charges,
I remember.
And Saddle.
right? That's them saying, "Look, we looked into it. There's no there." And the FBI is like, "Shit,
Sit your ass down.
Right.
No, they tried to cover it. Sit down. You injured for the rest of the year, whatever. No, you wasn't injured.
right, exactly."
Well, that I don't understand, right? Because if I acknowledge what I find in this scary Terry stuff, then that puts a bigger headache at my front door.
Exactly.
But if y'all gonna force the headache to come my way, then okay.
Now I'll deal with it.
Like the NFL did with
Yeah, exactly.
Homeboy.
Exactly.
But to that point, what you was talking about? No, you were talking about.
It was me.
When you start talking about throwing games, right? If I'm just talking and shooting the shit, and I know we tanking because we trying to get a number one player, that might be a conversation that you had.
Right.
And somebody took that information and now went to go bet on the game.
And that's the point I was making in the last
to Mark's
pod.
point. That's
Yeah.
to Mark's point. That I might have been saying, I'm sitting these niggas, nigga. We trying to get the number one pick.
Right.
And somebody took that information and said,
Which they weren't.
Well, Chauncey,
Portland was very
all right,
explicitly
so
saying we want
Chauncey
Wemby.
is my man's
Just
man, so they
I'm
throwing the game.
I'm reading the choices against Billups are not, and then they put in parentheses at this time, for betting on games he coached or for influencing outcomes of NBA games via his role with the Portland Trail Blazers. Instead, his alleged wrongdoing is centered on the rigged poker game scheme. So that's all they talking about.
Right.
They're not even charging you with this other shit that we're hearing about the games and none of that.
so,
It's
like-
But he's
just-
named as a co-conspirator,
yes.
but he's not charged. So
Not charged.
that raises all kinds of other questions
Why they locked him up?
for the poker.
For the poker.
shit. The poker.
Specifically, he's
But if
accused
they
of
arrest you, don't they have to have charges for what they arrest you?
Yeah, they charge him for wire fraud and commit game.
Conspiracy to
Right.
commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money
right.
laundering.
But he's implicated in the other thing. So I don't want to make it just about him. Again, there's 31 people here that are implicated in all of this.
Bring out Tony,
Word.
Villani. Bring them out.
Yeah.
Yo,
Figarelli.
Speaking of which, have y'all? There's this Netflix. Netflix does the It's a 3-part series on the mafia. This year they're in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And they're looking at the Philadelphia mob, and it's interesting because I watched the first episode last night where they're looking at Joey Merlino and Nicky Scarfo.
Yo.
But it's tied to Atlantic City, and the whole point is the gambling.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a very strong connection right now between these East Coast crime families and gambling that's going to get even more exposed when this NBA shit pops up. The NBA may have a hell of a thing.
Let me tell you a story.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
And they adding a lot. Some of the other names are starting to pop out online. I'm not going to mention them because people I have a huge amount of respect for.
Yes.
But I need a little more than just some headlines.
Once
naming
Pablo
names.
Torre gets his nose involved in this shit.
Oh, it's a wrap. Somebody going down.
Yeah.
it was more people.
So I did finish.